Welcome back to the 2004 Extreme 600 season. We're coming off a very dominant win in Andalusia, Spain. I think that's how you pronounce it. And now we're going to Riviera in France, although I'm not sure it's going to be the actual French Riviera. Although maybe it will be. After how short the track was last week, I've decided that anything with a lap time under 1 minute is going to be a 10-lap race, and then anything sort of over that, give or take, will be 5 laps, just to make the races a decent length. Let's go ahead and qualify, because this is how we're going to decide how many laps there'll be in a race. Time to beat is 1:29. I shouldn't have too much of a problem, but we're only going to go on one-shot qualifying, which means if I fall, smack one of the many walls that surround the tracks of the Extreme 600 series, then that's going to have to be the lap time that I deal with, and I'll have to start probably from the back. We're setting blue helmet sector times, which is the equivalent of setting purple times in the F1 games, which means I should pretty much be guaranteed a pole position. It's been that way so far. I'm pretty sure I put it on champion difficulty in that first round in Africa. I can't see why I wouldn't have done that. At least that's what I remember doing. I hope that's what I did. But I don't think I can change it after I've started the season. Although it'll be worth going into the options to have a look. Right. So this track is 1 minute and 5 seconds, which means that the race is going to be 5 laps long. Which makes these episodes a little short, but if I went up to 10 laps, then settings, here we go. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can change the difficulty. So hopefully it's on champion. I remember putting it on champion. After this race, I'll check to make sure it's on champion. And, we'll see how it goes. So, 5 laps of the Riviera. Nishikawa has qualified second, and Oda, my championship rival, is in third. Everyone else doesn't really matter, but we can have a look. Everyone's in the same place as usual. There's some very clear leveling that's gone on in this game mode. A little bit of a burnout to leave the line. I'm head-to-head with Nishikawa. I'm ahead of him again as we head up to the first corner complex, the car park section here. I guess this is the French Riviera, because if you look, you can see, well, I don't think you can actually see the ocean, but the ocean is definitely there. So I guess we are in the south of France. It's a really nice place to be. I don't mind being down here. Well, I do mind being down here, because what I've managed to do there is make the biggest mistake of my, this would be the biggest mistake of my season so far, and it's only come in round 3. Although it's debatable on how big of a mistake that was, because in round 1, when I stacked it, I took down Nishikawa as well, although that was on the final lap. But this one I crashed all on my own, but it's still the first lap, so I should have enough time to make up for it. It's gonna have to be a recovery ride here. Shaking my fist at people I bump into as though it's their fault. Oh, yeah, the AI can crash on their own in this mode, which maybe you might have guessed from, Nishikawa finishing all the way down in 6th last week. Although there you just saw it on screen for yourself as Doyle went for a huge fly. Unfortunately, the AI can't really recover as well as I can. So when that kind of thing happens, it's not too much of an issue for me. When the AI falls, that's their race run. But when I fall, as you can see here, I'm definitely catching up to the leaders. Oda is in second, which means Nishikawa is leading. Nishikawa is down, way down in the championship, but I have to beat Oda because he's a championship leader right now, with me in second place. So I'd appreciate it if the two of them could slow down a little bit. Although it looks like they're not really battling, they're just riding along one behind the other. See if I can get to Oda. Making a very nice line through the car park section. Let's not, although I have clipped the barrier, but let's not fuck up around the roundabout again. Take a big turn off here, heading up the hill along the coastline. Caught up quite a lot. Got to find my way past Oda. Go around the outside of this sweeping bend through the tunnel. Now we've gone around the outside of Nishikawa. He's pushed me way up into a wall. Can't really get out of it because of the way that bikes handle, even in this game. Which means Oda has passed me back, although now I've clipped another wall and I'm all over the shop. 2 laps to go. I keep looking at the position, which I really shouldn't be, because now I've lost tons of time after getting the line wrong through there again. This must definitely be championship difficulty, because on Pro they don't even put up a fight. I don't think I've ever tried racing on Legend. Although if I do go on to do the Extreme 1000 class on this game, I should have Legend difficulty unlocked, depending on how Legend difficulty gets unlocked. So maybe I'll have even more of a challenge in the next season. But this season is proving to be challenging enough, as I can't seem to break out of 3rd place, although I have caught up with the leaders again. That was not the ideal line coming out of that corner. I did very well going into it, not so much out. There we go, get the line right through there, finally. Now it's me versus Nishikawa, because I managed to pass Oda. Go up. Let's try and go up his inside. There we go. Now all I have to do is hold it together. Came to a complete stop through the hairpin, although I think I managed to get in his way. It's nice, because that means... Ooh. Well, it doesn't mean I can afford to do something like that, I'll tell you. Now I've lost the positions again. Well, I managed to regain them easy. So I guess I can afford to do stuff like that. This race, probably one of the most interesting so far. I'll have to work on not falling next time and still managing to have a battle with the AI. Because I can't just have a crash every week, because people think I'm doing it on purpose. Which I'm not, because I hate crashing, because it slows me down. There's another win. Not enough time after the corner to pull a wheelie, but I got some nice celebration animations there. Oda came down in 3rd, which means he should still be... Yeah, he's lead... Oh no, we're even on points. So the next round will decide who the new championship leader is, as Nishikawa claws his way up. He's not doing a great job at recovering his points, but now he's certainly gotten himself back on form, finishing higher up the order. Maybe that should have been a 10-lap race, because, you know, the time was almost under a minute. There's another $2,000. I've brought my seed down again to 98 next week. So, you know, getting ever closer to unlocking that Kawasaki, like my goal is. So next week, round 4, Tuscany in Italy. The equivalent to Mugello, but it's the street circuit.